It's time for you to give a little time to shine, my friend, Zelda 2. I am a fan of yours, and I'm going to show people why, because you deserve that time to shine. Let's go to it, everybody. Welcome to more of Ultimate NES Remix. This is your host, BMJ406. It's finally time for us to go to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Which, despite what a lot of people may think, I'm actually a big fan of this one. Because, well, it's not just because it's different, although that does help it a little bit from feeling stale, I guess. It really can. Still, the Zelda game is interesting. No. Most people know Metroid. Oh, God. Right, I had to hit A. Why did I hit start? What am I doing? Ow! I don't know why I hit start. I don't even know why. I played Zelda 2, and that's not how you upgrade, I don't think. If I remember. Wow, did I forget already? Anyway, Zelda 2 is the most unique game in the Zelda series because it's the only one that makes itself a platformer rather than an adventure game. It is still an adventure game. You got this overworld map where you can run into sections like this on the map. And, well, yeah. You got a lot of crazy shit. Which, well, this game is very notorious for being very hard. Because, well, there are some things that are just bullshit. Which, there are some things in this game that are bullshit. Still, I find an easier time adjusting to this than I do Zelda 1. And that's saying something. I don't know. Something about it just feels interesting. I mean, some people recently, from what I've been seeing, have referred to this as the Dark Souls of the Zelda series. Because it's that difficult. But, yeah, it's pretty hard. Because the platformer first, and well, the knockback can be obnoxious at times, but, I don't know. This game feels different enough that it has its own brand of charm to me. And plus, like I said back in Zelda 1 when we did that Ultimate NES Remix, I feel like this is the game that first idealized the way the dungeons should be done. Because where the first game was just a bunch of rooms and you can make shortcuts through rock walls and all that crap. And, well, you get a key every once in a while to get through a door. This game actually made it, so, you know. What am I trying to... Floors! There are floors to dungeons. There's, like, vertical ascending as well. Wow, it's 1 second faster. That was all I needed. God damn it. There's more depth to the dungeons. And while it can feel like a maze at times, which... well, they felt like that... What am I talking about? I like the way this game's done better. That's really all I wanted to say. Get the palace key. Here's an example of a dungeon with the famous music that most people probably heard first in Smash Brothers. There's the dungeon music for this game. You want to go to the left first. Ow. There's a lot of annoying creatures in this place, and it's a good challenge. Like, where I get annoyed by Zelda 1, Zelda 2 at least feels fair to me, despite what a lot of people will say. Now, move out of the way. It's just a little awkward, like, the timing of some of the things, like the stabbing and the jumping. But, other than that, this game's a joy for me. I love this game. I really do. Like, it's sneaking up onto being pretty high on my favorite Zelda games list. Again, it's a unique experience, and I am a platforming fan, so it makes sense. Iron Knuckles! Just jump at them. Jump and stab! And for those of you who have played Zelda 2 and have had difficulties, there's my suggestion for you. Learn the jump and stab technique. Learn to jump and stab. Jump and stab. Jump and stab. If you can time that perfectly, most enemies will be slaughtered quickly. Especially those that have shields. And here's another good opportunity to learn to friggin' do your jump and stab. Ow. Don't hit me with that mace. Fuck you. Yeah, you're a stupid horse head. Nobody likes you. And each dungeon has a different boss at the end that, well, can test your skills in one way or another. And, well, the dungeon items, you don't actually use the dungeon items in you get items in each of the dungeons of the game, but the thing is, you don't use them as, like, part of your arsenal like you did with other Zelda games. They're pretty much just for exploring the map. Okay, I don't have a downward stab. Alright. By the way, I have to learn to kill you quickly. So, let's try that. Besides, this game has RPG elements. You get basically experience points for killing a bunch of enemies and discovering treasures and stuff. Those experience points help you get levels. But guess what? If you lose all your lives, which, yes, you have lives in this game, too, which, the lives do feel a little unnecessary, I will admit. But, you know, makes for a unique experience. The challenge of that is, well, if you lose all your lives, you lose all your experience points, too. Yeah, fuck you. I'll teabag you from over here, bitch. I will admit the lives feel unnecessary, but you can get a few more. But you don't get anything special for getting through the whole game on one set of lives, which I'm glad they don't do that in Zelda games, because some of those can be really dickish. They can really be dickish. Talk to the swordsman inside the building. Right. And well, in towns, you have to find hidden areas and stuff. You basically gotta get into buildings that get you to these little caverns. And you get to these guys. When you jump, press downward to stab. Besides, a lot of Link's arsenal in Smash Brothers actually comes from this game. I love how they had to put B there, because they did tell you how to get on with that conversation. Damn you, Rebenak! Or Rebenak, whatever. Yeah, this is a friggin' iron knuckle on a horse. A floating horse. Ow! Stop doing that! Yeah, even though the normal iron knuckle is bad, some of them get a lot worse, though. So, the enemies in this game are challenging, and well, I like the fact that this is the first game to this is actually the first Zelda game to implement the use of magic, and actually implements it, I think, better than any other Zelda game, really. Which may be shocking to hear. I mean, some of it is bullshit finding it and all, but you can actually jump in this game, which is unique compared to most Zelda games, because you can't usually jump in most of them. So yeah. Well, now I can press downward to dab again. See, I love how they have to show you have to press B. It's so funny. And they show you use of each of the abilities, too. You have swordsmen who can teach you abilities that can be useful in dungeons like this one. No! Come back! What the hell? I think I glitched it. I glitched it out. I was getting hit by nothing and it hurt like hell. Oh. Alright, guess I'm time warping till I get through this one with rainbow stars. God damn you, rainbow stars. Why do you have to make it so complicated? I had to figure out how to get through that guy real quick. I guess I gotta get him to just stall on screen the first time he charges in. But yeah, you get a lot of abilities relegated to magic use, which sounds dumb, but at the same time, they're meant to be enhancements to help you get through certain areas of the game. I mean, some you actually need, but not all of them. Some of them, like the shield, could turn you into the red tunic Link in order to give you better defense. Some of them give you better jumping ability. Stop hurting my horse like that, you dick! And well, yeah. You also get stuff like transformations, stuff to help make your shield reflect stronger projectiles and all that. Not all of them are necessary, but you're going to want most of them. And here's an example of what it's like to travel the overworld. There's a town over there. Let me make my way. Uh-oh. An area of platforming I have to get through. You can see how much I play this game. I love this game. Now, I've only beaten it twice, but oh man. I have a lot of fun with this Zelda game. I really do. You just gotta know where to find everything. Which, honestly, isn't that hard. I only had trouble finding one thing. It was towards end game. It was basically You also get a weapon that can help you destroy objects in the overworld. There's a town hidden in one of the trees that you can destroy. That's the hardest thing to find in the game, and that's very close to the end. And the thing is, you need to get there, because the last dungeon has locked doors that you need keys to get through, but there are no keys in the dungeon. However, there's the basically magical key in that hidden town to help you get through that dungeon altogether. And well, the reflect is actually necessary for stuff like this, because you'll be fighting stuff like the KKK members. What the fuck, man? And the Grand Wizard, Karok! Like, come on. This is straight up fighting the KKK. This is fucked up, dude. I mean, should I be laughing about that? I just think it's kind of funny that... I mean... If that is what Nintendo based this off of, that's kind of dickish, but at the same time... It's sweet, sweet vengeance! Yeah! Asshole. Like, come on! They look like super religious Ku Klux Klan members. They really do. Like, for real. You have the people in the white robes that look like they're completely covered and look ghost-like. And then you have the one in the red, which is usually referred to as the Grand Wizard, if I'm not mistaken. It's so ridiculous, but it's fucking somewhat funny to me. Oh, I'm kidding. It's actually very funny. It's like you finally get to get revenge on these fucking assholes for all the shit they did to minorities of the past. And I guess somewhat continue to do? Oh god, that's topical. Getting Rainbow Stars on this, though, is very hard, because this boss sucks. Basically, you have to get up right in his face and hit him with magic. And because he likes to move around all the time, it's very hard to hit him accurately. How the hell do you get Rainbow Stars on this so easily? It makes no fucking sense! Yep, and that's your death screen. Which, by the way, the original NES version was extremely painful about that. They decided to make the death screen be a bunch of flashing colors, which a lot of people like to do in the NES days for some reason. There's nothing that says death like giving you a seizure. Because that's very friendly of you game designers. You died! You get a seizure! You get a seizure! You get a seizure! And you get a seizure! And you get blah, 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 blah. My point exactly. Not cool, old school games. Not cool. Yikes. Yeah, let's time over till I get this one. This one's apparently going to be a bitch. Alright, time to get more revenge for you guys being assholes. There we go. Perfect revenge. And now for you. Alright, fine. Fuck you then. See how much you like this. Is this actually working? Or it was. Or so I thought it was. Ow! Man, I thought I had you figured out. Oh well. Looks like I might have to do that again. How did just standing there do better than me actually actively trying to go after him? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? That's so dumb. Oh well. At least you're eliminated. Which is good. And well, there's a lot of weird stuff you can get on the overworld. Such as fairies. Which, well, you can use to restore your life. Which you can find out in the open, which is good. You can also transform into a fairy. Which, oh boy. Getting through this room can be a bit... Oh, come on! I forgot they do that. See, this game does some weird shit. Don't forget, it does mainly act like a platformer. An action platformer. Much like Metroid in a way, so... Yeah, you gotta be prepared to have quick reaction times and battle your way through things. On, Volvagia! I thought they called the dragon something different in the game. I don't know. You have to learn to stab him in the face when he shows up. Or stab him right in the neck, whatever. Either way, jump up to him and stab him. However... Oh! Ha! Ha ha ha! Also, you had 7 lives left? You had 8 lives? Did you never die when you play the game? Go fuck yourself, man! Yeah, like I said, you can get lives and shit, which... Whoever did that cheated. There's no way they got through this whole game without dying. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of this game, despite what a lot of people think, but... Yo. Fuck you for saying you can get through that whole game without dying up to that point. I killed him and then died, and they still gave me the completion. Okay. I completed this game. I got through that mission without dying, and I still call bullshit on that. I died and beat him. Which is weird, but whatever. Oh, I gotta stab him a little more quickly. Which I should be good now. Oh, come on. Why didn't they give me the jump ability? It's so dumb. They should have given me the high jump. It's so dumb they didn't do that. Well, I memorized where you come from, so... Yeah. It's so funny, though. I killed him and died. And they're like... you killed him. Alright, you get a pass. I'll just say, something felt weird about why that was extended. This game's grand, though. Although... The biggest moment of bullshit for most people is the Great Palace. Oh, the Great Palace. Oh, this place is hell. I'll admit, my first time through this game, this area gave me a lot of trouble. Oh my god, this place sucks. Which is why you have to try to grow past your weakness. And frickin' take on everybody. Oh yeah, by the way, you max out everything at level 8. Basically, just having max level can let you heal your stuff. And well, you basically work your way through a giant maze of a dungeon to get to this room. Where you make it here, you fall down here to make your way to the very end of the dungeon. And then you fight this fucker. The Thunderbird. Well, that was easy. And then you fight Shadow Link, the final boss. Which, well... Back off! Back off, you fucker! Back off, you fucker! Back off, you fucker! Back off, you fucker! Oh, right, I had to get in the corner. Which, thankfully, you can do this exploit to frickin' make him a fucking joke. Well, eventually I'll get through his guard. Because you can stab crouched faster than you can stab standing up. Hey! I thought this method was supposed to work. Jesus Christ. So this is how hard he normally is when you don't exploit him right from the start. I can't even downward stab him. What the hell? Can you just kill me? But yeah, this is your final boss. You have Shadow Link, who moves very swiftly and will attack you relentlessly. However, coax him to come after you, and then just do this. Come on. Because for some reason or other, most of the time, this strategy works. You get in the bottom left corner of the room, crouch and stab repeatedly, and for some reason, that's the easiest way to hit him. Then again, I'm sure that's probably the way most people these days have beaten this game. But you beat Shadow Link, you actually win! You save the wise man, or save the one who tried to kill you. I don't know. And well, the basic plot of the game was that, well, you got the Triforce from Ganon after you killed him, so you had 2 of the Triforce shards. After you rescued Zelda, she fell asleep. You had to go get the Triforce of Wisdom in order to reawaken her. You saved Hyrule, and you are a real hero, not a fake one like Douche. What's my name, then? We'll have to find out another day. We'll have to find out another day. Oh, by the way, they hook up. But good for you, you finally got some action. The closest he ever gets to actually getting action in a Zelda game. Good for you, man. Although, I could say Wind Waker as well, because who knows what him and Tetra they're children! Anyway, yeah, Zelda 2 I'm a big fan of. Well, yes, if you're a fan of a lot of Zelda games, you probably won't be a fan of Adventure of Link. But if you're a platforming fan, and well, if you really like the Dark Souls crowd, sorry. But seriously, it's an interesting game, and I say you should give it a try. It's pretty fun. I definitely like it. And well, I think a lot of people should try to give it a chance. It's fun. It really is. And well, if you're willing to grin and bear through it, you're in for one interesting game. I honestly think there's less bad things to say about that than Castlevania 2, at the very least, when compared to the first game, that's for sure. I think it's more advanced than the first game and actually takes a unique twist that no other Zelda game has revisited. Well, I guess technically the Game Boy Zelda games did, because you had the little dungeon areas where you have the Rock's Feather, that jumping power. You could use that to basically navigate this weird pseudo top-down room that's basically like a platforming room. That's the only time I really revisited that, and those ones were, meh. They were okay. They weren't really... This one feels like a lot more better than that. Besides, all you have to worry about is your sword techniques and using magic. You don't have to worry about using certain weapons and all that. It kind of gets rid of a bit of the puzzle elements and makes it more of a combat-centric game, which is a nice twist. Again, I'm a Metroid fan, so maybe it's more of a Metroid crowd kind of thing. It makes sense. I compare this game a lot to the Shantae series, really. Because the Shantae games, basically, you play a game that has combat like Castlevania, which this game also kind of has. And it kind of has you collecting power-ups like a Metroid game to get yourself stronger. And you usually go through dungeons in order to conquer the enemy and acquire treasure or whatever, like in Zelda 2's dungeons, are probably the most comparable. Because you gotta go around, kill enemies, find keys, and all that. Shantae really is a lot of elements of 2D Metroid, old school Castlevania, and Zelda 2. Mostly Zelda 2, oddly enough. Which probably explains a lot about why I like this series, why I like Zelda 2. Because I'm a big Shantae fan, so... yeah, there you go. If you like Shantae games, you'll probably like The Adventure of Link. But this one's a lot harder and less forgiving. But yeah, it's there, and it's fun for me. And well, all that's left is one game, which, of course, of all the NES library, why wouldn't I save the most grand game of all for last? I mean, come on, it's freaking Super Mario Bros. 3. How do you not save it for last? It's the best game of the NES and arguably the best 2D Mario game there is. And I get to go through all this magic again next time, and I get to fanboy. Yes, I love fanboying over this game. Oh god, I might have come prematurely. Sorry, leaving, bye!